This video is about essence, the best, most refined substance. Essence is a really big topic. I'm gonna just give a framework for the subject here. In short, essence is one of the three components of the subtle body, the other two being channels and wind. So channels are like the highways, the pathways, the waterways that substances travel in, and what's traveling in the channels is wind energy and essence. So the wind is carrying the essence. So what is the essence? Big subject, because we have both gross level of essence and subtle essence. So the gross level of essence, we need to understand how the physical body is built through steps of refinement, starting with our nutrition and ending in essence. So it's a series of refining at each step. And so here at this gross level, we can understand essence as hormones, neurotransmitters, reproductive cells, so the eggs and the sperm, enzymes. So this is just like the most refined parts of the body. Another thing to understand about essence is that essence also builds the body. So it goes in both directions. So we talk about 636 essence points in the body. This is from the Tantrayana Buddhist tradition. And at each of these essence points, there's some regeneration that's happening. So we know that our body is constantly rebuilding itself. The cells are constantly turning over and creating newness. So I think that like after 7 years, we're completely new. I mean, of course, different organs regenerate at different rates, but the body is constantly regenerating itself. So we talk about these different essence points, and from this 636, we can I think we reduced, like there's 24 that are the top most important. And at each of these places, which are connected to the channels of the main chakras, there's bone being built, there's eyes being built, different organs and substances are being built at each of those places. Now, of course, that's a rough way of talking about it, but think of stem cells, for example. I make this connection between the essence and stem cells. When you think about regenerating the body, I think this is really helpful. Now, this is my own conception. I have not read that anywhere, but from what I've learned about essence, the gross essence and the way that it builds the body, it sounds a lot to me like stem cells. And I think that there's a lot of exploration that can happen here between the understanding of the subtle body in Tantrayana Buddhism and the Western medical establishment. So it's a area ripe for research and exploration. So that's the gross level of essence, where the body is constantly refining itself and regenerating itself. But then we move into subtle essence. So in Tibetan, we use the word tigle. And this is very interesting because tigle is also translated as zero, which gives the feeling of potentiality, I think, that it can become anything. So this is like essence, like stem cells, can become anything. But it's often translated as drops. So if you do some other research in Tibetan Buddhism and Tantrayana practices, you might find the word drops being used. So here on this subtle level, I think of the essence as like a spark or vibrancy. It's like what gives us aliveness. So I often use this example of, let's say there's two friends who go on a hike together, and one has very good production of essence as well as the flowing in the channels being unobstructed. So those are the two important things when we talk about essence, that you're producing enough of it. So from the gross level, that means if we're starting from our nutrition and then it's going nutrients, into fat, bone, marrow, et cetera, there's 7 constituents, and I'm sorry I did not say them properly there. I'm rushing. But I have another video on the 7 constituents. But the last step being essence, that means you need to have good input and enough at each step to even have the essence. And then the essence needs to be flowing really well in the channels. So if there's blockages in the channels or the wind is not flowing, then the essence isn't getting throughout the body. Okay, so 2 friends go on a hike, and one friend has really good production and flow of essence. The other one, a little less so. So the one with the good flowing essence experiences this vibrancy and this joy in the beauty of the world. Oh, the smell of the pine trees, how amazing. Oh, the feel of the sun on my skin. Oh, look at that vibrant purple color of the flowers. Just really getting maximum enjoyment out of the colorfulness of life. The other friend might see things a little more flat and a little more gray. Yeah, I guess, I guess it's okay. Yeah, the sun's shining, whatever. But you see what I'm saying? And we have, even for ourselves, moment to moment, we can experience that there's some moments when life is just incredible and amazing and we're just extracting all the joy out of it, and other moments where things just feel kind of dull and flat. So traditionally, we would say that dullness, that flatness, or we could say unexplained depression, right? Like if someone's unhappy, but there's not a clear reason for it. Outwardly, I have everything I need. My needs are met. I have food, I have shelter, I have a good job, I have a good family. And yet there's a flatness. So traditionally, we would say in the Tibetan Tantrayana tradition that there is a problem with the subtle body, which means a problem with the essence. So the channels are blocked, the wind isn't flowing, the essence isn't being produced, and therefore there's a lack of spark and vibrancy. So the way to address that then is to implement practices that help to open the channels, release blockages, thereby allowing the wind energy or prana or ki or chi to flow really well, thereby carrying the essence throughout the body. And particularly in our Tsalung practice, so Tsalung is a traditional Tibetan breathwork practice where we're working with breath retention combined with very specific targeted movements. And the specificity of these movements is that they're targeting essence points. So as I said, these points in the body, which are important for the production of essence, we want to take care that these places come open, remain open. So in the Tsalung practice, we combine breath retention with movements that are like twisting and stretching and hitting, and it's all about opening these essence points. So continuing with the idea of subtle essence and taking it even a step further into the subtle realm, we talk about red essence and white essence. And if you've watched any of my other videos or done some of your own research, you'll know that this idea of red and white essence is really important in Tantrayana Buddhism. And we can make some associations there. So on a again, we're always weaving the medical with the Tantrayana, the gross and the subtle. So on one level, the red essence is like blood. The white essence we associate with hormones. Or, you can think of the reproductive cells. So the menstrual blood or the semen, red and white. These are crucial colors that are indicating a deeper level of refinement and essence. So we can also talk about the sun energy and the moon energy, and fire element and water element. Okay, we talk about the home of the red essence being below the navel. All right, we talk in our Tumo practice, we're really working with this red essence. But then we're generating the red essence, we're stoking the fire, we're spreading the fire, and we're bringing it up here. And up here is the ocean of bliss, or the white essence. So it's always this dance between the red essence and the white essence. Or if you refer to my fuel and fire video, I mentioned masculine and feminine, as well as desire and satisfaction. So lots of associations we can make here. I know I'm going in a million directions, but as I said, essence is a huge subject, super interesting. I find it absolutely fascinating. So continuing with red and white essence, we also talk about red and white compassion. Compassion. So remember, Tantrayana is Tantrayana Buddhism. This is a Buddhist practice. This is a spiritual practice. What we're trying to reach, although we're using the body as the vehicle in Tantrayana, we're still getting to that same place, which is to understand the nature of mind and our interconnectedness, our interdependence with all things. And from this flows real, true compassion. When you understand everything else as an extension of yourself, then there is no other. There's only compassion for self and other self. So it is often referred to as red compassion and white compassion. And you can refer to my video that I made about substance compassion. I'll link it below to talk about how working with the essence and this refined substance in the body actually creates a real experience of the heart, of compassion. So this is a spiritual practice. Even though in Tantrayana we're working with the body, yes, we are releasing blockages in the channels so that the wind energy flows, so that the essence is flowing well. This leads to a vibrancy, a spark, an appreciation for life, which ultimately becomes an appreciation, love, and compassion for all else in existence. And this is spirituality. This is Buddhism. So, yes, essence, a glorious subject. And we work intensively with essence in our Tsalung practice. I teach particularly the Kala Chakra Tsalung, which I received from my teacher, Tulku Lobsang. Okay, I think I'll leave it there. I've been meaning to do this video on essence for a long time. So thank you for listening. If you have any ideas or reflections or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you'd like to learn more about Tantrayana Buddhism and the Tibetan healing movement practices that I teach, that I'm certified by my teacher, Tulku Lobsang Rinpoche, to teach, please visit me at TibetanHealingMovement.com. And I do have a Tsalung 6-session series coming up in October of 2021. And afterwards, again, I'm sure, if you're watching this later. So thanks so much for watching. Thank you for your time and attention, most valuable resource. I hope you found some benefit.